So the Russians used to winning gold, but it is the Americans who are the defending champions. Their squad in 2010, 2 years ago, including Natasha Hastings. She is, though, the only name from that quartet in Doha 24 months back. Romania, Belarus, Britain in 3, Ukraine 4, USA 5, Russia in 6 on the outside. So away they go in this women's 4x400 metres relay. Shanna Cox getting off really well, just finished outside the medals in the individual 400 metres. Cox, there she is, centre of picture, third from right, and moving well, and certainly very quick away from the blocks is Cole there for the USA. She leads as they come down off the bend, and they break from lanes here. The big Russian outside here, Yulia Gushina, a metre down. Ukraine in third, Britain in fourth. Not much in it at the moment. But Cole here is moving well. Gushina trying to challenge down the back straight. 2 laps per athlete, remember. And Cole just hanging on to that inside line, or is she? No, Gushina moves past her there pretty impressively. And will she go away? Good running this from Shanna Cox, the Briton, into third place, challenging for second. The Ukrainians tied up badly here, Brishkina. But it's Russia, USA, Great Britain, Ukraine in fourth. And Britain challenging for a medal here with Nicola Sanders on this third leg. Remember Sanders back in 2007 taking World Championship silver medal behind her teammate Kristina Hurugou. That was a huge shock. But can she re-find that form, Nicola Sanders? She's had a lot of injuries this last couple of years, has struggled to regain that same sort of luster. But she's doing well here to hang on to the Americans. Hastings here, the individual silver medalist on the second leg for the Americans, leading from Ustalova of Russia. And Hastings kicking in hard there to keep Ustalova at bay going into this final bend. There's still very little in it. Great Britain losing a little bit of ground here. Ukraine still a threat in fourth place, but good running here from Hastings and indeed the Russian Ustalova to keep them 1-2. Solid leg that from Nicola Sanders to hold Great Britain in third place, but they haven't yet got rid of Ukraine. On this third leg for Great Britain is Kristina Hurugou, of course, still the reigning Olympic champion. For the USA in the lead there, it's Joanne Hayes. It's Hayes from Karnashenko of Russia on this third leg. And Hayes beginning to open up a bit of daylight, and a good leg from Kristina Hurugou. She's closed up on the rush, and this is a weak leg from Karnashenko so far. 150 to run. Ukraine are still there, hanging around. A bit of a nuisance to the Britons in some respect, if you're a British fan. Perry Shakes-Drayton will be the baton carrier for Great Britain, and what a run this is from the Olympic champion Hurugou. Challenging around the outside there, the third leg runner, Hayes of the USA, and Hurugou will hand over in the lead. What pressure now, and Perry Shakes-Drayton, better known as a 400-metre hurdler, with the individual champion right on her shoulder. I say that, now in third place. I'll tell you what, I don't think you get very good odds on whether or not Richards-Ross will end up coming home in first place. She's in third place at the moment, the American, but it's Britain, Russia, now on to the second place, and challenging around the outside is a bold run from the final leg runner for Ukraine, Feeder. But Perry Shakes-Drayton running really smartly, just doing enough to keep Feeder at bay. And of course the other two, the Russian there in third place, Fedoreva, and Richards-Ross, have got to get past these two. And Perry Shakes-Drayton kicks in hard down the back straight there, and Feeder has shot her Bolton going backwards, and there's a lot of room to be closed up here by Richards-Ross off the final bend. Britain, Great Britain, Russia and Ukraine into the final straight, and Perry Shakes-Drayton's got to dig hard here. Can she keep Richards-Ross at bay? It's going to be mighty tight to the line, but she hangs on, and it's gold for Britain. Oh my word, what a turn up for the books. They had 2 medalists from the individual 400 metres of the USA, but they could not get there. And Perry Shakes-Drayton is turning Martin into a bit of a Phil Brown. She carries that baton like a real battler. She runs like a woman possessed, and she accelerated very, very smartly there down the back straight when Feeder, the Ukrainian, was a barrier to the other two and got that vital 3 or 4 metres going into the final bend. I am shocked, though, that Richards-Ross couldn't close it down. What we have to remember is that's the 4th race in 3 days for Sania Richards-Ross. It's been a very tough weekend.
But Perry Shakes-Drayton ran not only superbly, but also very intelligently as well, because she protected the curb on a couple of occasions. Initially, when Feeder came round outside her, she sensed that the Ukrainian wanted to get the curb. Shake Straighten wouldn't allow her. She shut her out. And when she had to dig in against Sanya Richards, well, she simply found the sort of strength that I suppose she's picked up from years and years of quarter hurdling. I think that Sanya Richards was really a victim of her own hubris. She gave herself far too much to do. When people came past her in the early stages of her leg, she let them go. And in the end, Shake Straighten got first run on her, and simply the American had to make up too much. And she didn't quite have it to get past her. Shake Straighten, brilliant run. She's dug in, she's fought off the individual champion here, and Sanya Richards, well, it's been a long weekend, but I think tactically she got it wrong.
The Colin Jackson dip from Perry Shake Straighten was needed there. I'll tell you what, there's shades of Tokyo 1991 to that victory.
Great
Fabulous.
run from Orugu as well, you have to say that, Tim.
That's a very good point.
Olympic year. Olympic year.
That's a very good point. It was the key, in a way, to setting up Perry and giving her a chance. Christina Orugu made up, what, 4 or 5 metres there on that third leg, and Perry Shake Straighten staggering at the line there. I must admit, until about 2 strides out, I was convinced that Sanya Richards-Watts would get there. Normally she would, but look at her flapping from side to side, those legs. She's very, very tired. Oh, that's a heavy fall for Perry Shake Straighten, and she doesn't know at this stage whether she's won, but she did. And I think Sanya Richards-Watts knew it in her heart of hearts too. I mean,
sorry,
really.
Tim, and almost from an equal start. Let's put Richards-Ross to one side for a moment. But Perry Shake Straighten has beaten by 4 or 5 metres some world-class individual 400-metre runners. Federiva, Fida, they're class. And almost from an equal start, she's beaten them there. Richards-Ross had to make up ground, but Perry Shake Straighten, that was brilliant stuff, it really was. But all the way through, good to see Nicola Sanders get